All right, welcome everybody. This is a fun little training. I'm starting off by sharing our website because we're doing this training for really two different people. We're doing it for our existing users. We've got a great time of year we're coming into, which is vitamin D deficiency season. I don't call it great tongue in cheek. I mean, it's not great from the sense of what's going on and all these different viruses, whether they're the stinky one that we don't mention or other viruses. I mean, vitamin D deficiency is a big reason for the immune system to shut down. So that's one of the reasons. But we also want to do it for people who are new, who don't know anything about PatientStream. So I started by sharing our website so you could get a sense of who we are and what we do. Basically, PatientStream offers two services. One where it's a DIY. You can run your own ads, our proven ads. So you can plug into that. We've got a lot of information on the site for that. We've also got a YouTube channel. If you search PatientStream on YouTube, you can see videos about that. And then we offer by far the best full service marketing services if you're a practice that wants to bring in qualified leads. We've got obviously our engine and everything that we do here at PatientStream that brings in a lot of leads, but we've got a team of brand response marketers, and these are trained, trained professionals that know how to call, who are educated in how your practice is run. I managed a practice for a while myself, several practices actually. And so did the gal who started that arm of our business. So anyway, that's kind of the scope of who we are. In addition to that, I wanted to show you the platform, something that is important to what we're going to be going over here today. Heather, who is on the screen, Heather, wave hello. There's Heather. Heather's going to be handling the training today, but I wanted to show you the actual PatientStream platform so you can see where some of these things are. So obviously, when you go into PatientStream, I was just mentioning how festive we are. Look at that. It's fall season. That's how festive we are, everybody. We really care. I'm a little blasé there. I can't, maybe now I'm exposed. My goodness. All right. No, not important. The other thing that is really important that should be, is of merit to mention right now is our new patient school course. Now, it's based on the stuff that's in the book, New Patient School. So if you don't have that book, you should get it. But all of the things that are really critical and that hey, Maria's got it. Look at you. Oh my God. Gold star for her. Wonderful. Thanks, Maria. I appreciate you holding that up. I've just gone ahead and uploaded a new module actually. So let me go ahead and just show, this is a free course. Obviously it's for all of our users and it's going to say I have an account already. And I know I do. Here it is. And this just goes through and walks you through some of the best practices for how marketing works, how you should use it for your practice. And I've recently, I don't always tell people about this stuff because I'm just kind of working. I'm like, oh, that's good. But I recently uploaded the Daily Marketer script and training and follow-up tactics. So that's in there now. In addition to that, the brand response marketing team just uploaded or just sent me a live role play of somebody doing those calls. So like their team members doing it and doing an actual role play with it. So that's really very cool. So just to let you know what's available and what is there. All right. Very cool. Let me go ahead and stop sharing. And then I will tee up Heather's training for today. One of the things that we want to do in new patient marketing and our role with our users and you guys is to provide opportunities to get quick wins. Okay. And a lot of times when we look at our marketing in terms of, okay, I got to get new leads every single month, And that we understand that. Okay. And if you dry out in one leg of business, you can always go to the next and start getting leads. But a really important thing that a lot of people don't think of is reactivation. Okay. And there's a lot of ways to reactivate. There's a lot of reasons why you would reactivate. In fact, Jim, who happens to be here today, he's here to learn how to do some reactivation campaigns specifically for conditions like neuropathy, Okay. Today, we're going to be doing reactivation that applies to everybody on your list. There's nobody on your list who won't have some level of interest in a vitamin D deficiency season. And the idea of the vitamin D deficiency season kind of came to me. I was watching something. There's so many videos today, you guys, and so much information. And we try and educate ourselves as best we can. And I was listening to this guy, and I felt like he had a really great way of articulating how viruses ebb and flow during any year other than, not just mentioning this silly COVID year, right? But it's with the fall of vitamin D, viruses increase. All right. And this is something that I think people are a lot more attuned to. So it's very relevant today. And so if we can help people by getting into the practice and creating some type of exam, offer, service that helps those people improve and boost and strengthen their immune system, that's the goal. And whether you are in the functional space, you can help people with their immune systems. Whether you're in the chiropractic space, chiropractic has been proven to improve the immune system. Okay. You guys are in the business of wellness and making people better. So our job, the business that we're in, is prospecting, finding as many interested people as possible. So that is the framework to this training. All right. So Heather's going to walk you through the actual messages that go out, and then how to implement those with the software. All right. And if you have any questions, we'll absolutely take those. You can there's a chat button at the very bottom there. So just if there's something that's happening and you don't want to forget it, grab the chat, throw it in the chat. And at the end, we will go through that. So with that, Heather, you should be able to share your screen.
Great.
Okay. And I will turn it over to you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sam. Okay, so I am going to share my screen. I'm also going to present. Okay, guys, I'm so excited to be here with you. And Sam is exactly right. We're going to go a little bit beyond the Facebook ads. I think in Patient Stream, we really sometimes get lost in, okay, I got to run an ad, and then after that, I got to run another ad, and it's just over and over. And that's not a terrible thing, but Patient Stream does so much more than that. And one of the things that we can do is email and texting campaigns. And we can create really beautiful emails or really great text messages, and we can send them out to your current patient list. And that was one of the thoughts behind this vitamin D promotion. So let's go ahead and get in. What is this all about? The promotion's focus is to boost our immune system for fall and winter to get it ready for cold and flu season using vitamin D. So that's like in a nutshell what the whole promotion is about. Who are you going to send this out to? Sam touched on this a little bit already. You can send this out to everybody, you guys. You can send it out to your current patient list. You can reactivate old leads. You can send it out to whomever you would like. It doesn't matter what condition they have, because we all have an immune system and we all want to get a stronger immune system. Cost for you, for our Patient Stream users, this is free. This is something that is already part of your monthly membership. It doesn't use, like we said, it doesn't use Facebook ad spend. So it literally is a free campaign for you guys to use. Whoops, go back here really quick. So what if you don't have a vitamin D protocol in your office, in your clinic? That is okay. So this is customizable. If you have an immunity boosting protocol in your clinic or service, you can customize these messages and these emails to suit what it is that you do. You also, every clinic isn't going to have the same vitamin D protocol or the same, this is what we see as a great use it, as something that really boosts your immune system, this is what we recommend. Everybody's going to be recommending something a little bit different. So this campaign that we're going to be going through is, it's not specific to what you have. And that's for a lot of reasons. One that I just stated, but also to create interest in your leads. You don't want to just give them everything and tell them what everything's about. Otherwise, they won't have any interest in asking you about it. So that's purposeful. But it's also meant so that you guys can be a little bit more flexible. Like, what is it that you offer and how can you make it work for your clinic? All right, so let's go ahead and dive in. We're going to look at each of the texts and the emails. There's not a ton of them, but bear with me as we read through them. This is kind of the education portion of this whole process. So, and Sam, feel free to dive in if you have any of your marketing expertise. We've built these campaign messages with purpose. So behind the messages, there is purpose. And sometimes when there's simplicity, or if you're wondering like, oh, well, that seems a little bit charged or anything like that, there's a purpose in all of our messages that we've created. So Sam, feel free to jump in with any of those little tidbits if you'd like to. And if you guys have any questions on these messages, let us know. We'll take a break right after so that you guys can have a chance to ask those. All right. So the first text message that goes out is, "Hi, Heather. Are you interested in strengthening your immune system? Dr. Kelly with Kelly Chiropractic." And then they'll also get this email in tandem, Vitamin D Immunity Wealth. "If there was a simple way to get additional protection this cold and flu season, would you be interested? Because viruses thrive when the sun is less powerful. We're helping people increase their strength so they can stay healthy and happy. To learn more, simply respond to this email with a friendly hello, and we'll send you more information." So this is the first chunk that goes out. So these are going to go out together at the same time. All right, one day later, they'll get this text message. "If there was a simple way to get additional protection this cold and flu season, would you be interested?" And then they'll get this email as well. "Virus season equal vitamin D deficiency. So, hi, Heather, are you interested in strengthening your immune system? Why do so many get sick going into winter?" Well, it's not because viruses thrive in the cold. It's because without the sun, your immune system becomes weaker. In fact, we call the cold and flu season vitamin D deficiency season. So if you'd like to see how we're helping people improve their immune strength this fall, we have a special offer for you. To learn more, simply respond to this email and we'll send you the details. All right. So sorry, this is kind of the reading through, but so far, okay, great.
This is fine. And what's funny about these two first, now you'll notice that the format of the email is a bit more robust than that of the text messages. And that is obviously by design. You're going to get more response from text messages just by their nature. And we simply are looking to start a conversation. These are engagement. These are poking and prodding. That's all we're doing. If you were to send the length, that email right there, if you were to send that in the form of a text message, nobody would respond. Nobody would read it. All right. So these are just engagers. All right. So there is, that's what's so cool is, with Patient Stream, these send out at the same time. So if somebody's looking at their text message and they're like, oh yeah, that's what it's about. Later they can see, oh, well, maybe I want to look more about it, more into it. So I would say real quick too, and I was going to save this until later, but I feel like maybe it's appropriate now. It's okay if people respond with charged responses, meaning people are loaded up. When I sent out this, the request for this training, I had a person email me yesterday who was so mad. And they're like, the science is out. And they started getting very maybe political on me. I didn't respond. It doesn't make any sense. I said, I'm proving what you're saying. Like I'm helping you talk to people about the science that you're referring to. I'm giving you the opportunity to do that. So don't be surprised if you get responses that are maybe a little outside of the norm, for reactivation campaigns. It will happen, I'm guessing, with some people, but it's nothing to shy away from. If people respond back like that, just don't respond. You know, it's okay. So it's interesting the times we live in, and that did happen to me yesterday. So just so you know, you're going to send this out and people are automatically going to judge you in some way for it. But there's a lot of people that are interested. And for whatever reason, it doesn't matter. They're going to raise their hand and they're going to respond. If someone opts in on text on day one, will the text day two and email be sent to them or in person? So if they engage, the campaign can be set either way, but I don't know how you have it defaulted right now, Heather.
Yeah, the campaign will stop. So if they respond, the campaign will stop. Yeah. Okay. Good question.
Good question. Jinx, right. You owe me a Coke. All right, proceed, Heather. I'll let you go.
All righty. So day two, so 2 days after that, they'll get a text message that says, "Hi, Heather. We're helping people right now improve their immune systems as we come into cold and flu season. If you're interested in supporting your immune system naturally, our immune reboot offer is good for 2 more days. Send us a text and we'll go from there." So putting the pressure on a little bit, 2 more days to get people to take action. Anything you want to say about this one, Sam?
I'll just say, if you notice, we're no longer in the engagement phase. Like even on text, we're not engaging them. At this point, we're saying, okay, if you haven't responded at this point, let us give you a little bit more about what this thing is all about, and put in a sense of, I mean, scarcity and urgency are the 2 best, action takers you can put in there. So, layering in is good for 2 more days. That's urgency. So yeah, this framework, after basically our 3rd correspondence sent through the campaign, at this point, it makes sense to give a little bit more.
Awesome. And my display keeps jumping in on me. This is actually before that. So it goes from this one to this one. It skipped that for some reason. Sorry about that. So it goes to this, and then it does that urgency one. So this one comes 2 days after this. And, oh yeah, it did it again. Okay, it says vitamin D is one of the best vitamins to give your body to protect against being sick. Boost your immune system this winter naturally. Try our physician's recommended vitamin D package.
Yeah, and I'll just say something real quick. I sorry to interrupt you.
No, go for it.
Every time we have a reactivation campaign, it starts out with engaging correspondence first. Like most of them, if you use any of the other ones, they say, "Are you still interested in whatever the thing is, like knee pain? Are you still interested in getting help with your neuropathy?" That's how they all start out. I didn't create that. That's a proven methodology in marketing, and so we just use them. And you'll notice any campaign that is that's automated over time, we need to change our tactics as we go further down the campaign. And so instead of simply engaging, we give a little bit more, but it's the same thing you would do if you were having a conversation with a person. It's like, "Hey, I kind of brought this up in conversation with Sam, last time we talked, but it didn't really seem like he got it, or he took me serious. So maybe this time I'll give him a little bit more." That's all we're doing here. Like this is simple communication tactics with people. At the end of the day, these emails and text messages are being seen by people, not robots. So that's all we're doing here. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So then they'll get this one 2 days after that. And then obviously you got to follow up 2 days later. Offer is expiring tonight. Were you not interested in improving your immune system? And same with the email. Were you not interested in strengthening your immune system? So that's where it finishes. Any questions? Oh, actually, before questions, one last thing to note. There is no editing needed. This is ready out of the box. So if you like what you've seen, what we've written today, and you're happy with it, this is ready to go. You can launch it today. You can launch it whenever you'd like. And largely that has to do with these custom values. These are connected to your patient stream settings. And so these will automatically fill in. You can test these, so you can send yourself a test email too, just to be sure, or you can ask me, hey, in the chat, can you just check my values just to make sure they're okay? But these will fill in automatically. So ready out of the box, ready to go. So do you guys have any questions on what we've seen so far? And I'm looking this way because that's where all of you are. I should be looking at my camera.
I always do that. My camera is actually up there now. So any questions? Okay, so Violet, go ahead. You've raised your hand. You've got your hand raised.
I do too.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you for this awesome presentation. So before we send these out, I got to make sure the doctor has a protocol in place for vitamin D reactivation.
Yes, you need to make sure there's some type of protocol in place in your clinic. Okay. Good question.
All right.
Go ahead, Violet.
Any advice where he can look up more stuff? Or because right now he just word of mouth just says it, okay, make sure you take your vitamin D3, but it's not an actual protocol he does.
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that because it made me remember something here. Here's what I'll say. A couple things. One, just vitamin D in and of itself is very important. So, and it's cheap. It's like super cheap. So if you can give away, recommended dosages or something along those lines, what is recommended, that's helpful. There's also, and let me tell you what the actual service is. There's also a testing service. Now, this is if you want to really convert people, like I'm talking really get people excited about, about their vitamin D, is test their levels. And there's a service that's not expensive, and I can tell you what it is here in T-minus a couple seconds.
Well, this is awesome.
Yeah, it is. Oh, okay. It's called Omega Quant. I'll go ahead and grab the link here. Give me 2 seconds.
Ooh, look, Dr. Maria, she's got her vitamin D test. You see her?
Oh, is that Omega Quant?
Yeah,
oh,
it
you
is.
already got it. Look at you. Okay. She knows more about than I do. So I don't know, Maria, if you want to take just a minute and talk about that testing, would you feel comfortable talking about it?
Sure. I actually haven't used it yet. Excuse me. If any of you are using Emerson or Wellevate, you can purchase it through them. That's where I got it. But it's a finger prick test. It takes 2 seconds to do and gives people vitamin D levels right away. That price I have on there, $49.95, is what I'm having patients pay, but I paid probably half of that for it. I can't remember at the moment.
Yeah,
anyway,
totally reasonable. Totally reasonable.
And that's the nice thing about this protocol, is that you can do that. You have the flexibility to create whatever price you want for whatever vitamin D supplement promotion, whatever you want to do. This is meant to just get people in the door for you.
Yeah. So we have other clinics. Oh, go ahead.
Thorne is another company that has vitamin D testing. If you use Thorne supplements, and I'm sure there's others. Green Med Info maybe is another one, but I think this is the least expensive one, the one that you mentioned, Sam.
Yeah, that's the one that I've heard of from other clients. So that is the one that I personally can recommend. And Maria has got that. So again, the whole point of this is, first of all, what's beautiful about a test is it's objective. Okay. And people buy, there's 2 reasons why people buy. They buy first based on emotion, and second based on logic. Okay. So having both of those elements within any type of promotion is really important. Okay. And this is where your job really, people are so tired and we're so inundated with education that isn't really proper or correct. And so when you can provide them with an objective test that says, here's your vitamin D levels. Okay. B, when you can provide them with proof that shows, how boosting vitamin D levels and how your services can help them increase and strengthen their immune system. This is where this is where you get into, where they're at. But honestly, what this is doing, the real thing this is doing is it's giving them a reason. Whenever you do a reactivation campaign, you need a reason why. This is your reason why. So you're getting them in. And then when they're there, it's like, so we're going to test your vitamin D levels. But before we do, is there anything else that's kind of going on? Where are you at with your health? And this is where, you turn into the thing. You don't need any training on that. That's what you do every day anyway. Right. So I want to, the goal of this is to advance as many prospects into patients as possible. This is a reason why they would come to your practice, and it's very ethical. It's very above board. And I think you'll get a lot of people. In fact, Maria, one of the things I would say is if I were you and I actually had that vitamin D test, I would take a picture just like you did with your like you holding the vitamin D test. And I would probably adapt message 3 or 4, just like saying, hey, come get your vitamin D, and have a picture of you with the vitamin D test. That's going to put enough curiosity that we don't have. I mean, I can't put a picture of, some people are going to do testing. Some people will not. But if I were you, that makes the offer that much more potent. And so I just take a picture, put that into where you feel appropriate, probably message 3 or 4. And you'll have a better take rate, I would imagine, on those particular messages. Good question, Violet and Maria. Really, really awesome value added. Thanks for you. Okay. Now we're at 100 gold stars. Not only did she have my book, but she also had the vitamin D Omega Quant, the exact link that I have right there. And
I won't tell them that you paid me, Sam.
If you're watching this on replay, I'll put the Omega Quant link. I'll put that in the description of the video. So any other questions? Hi, Dan.
Oh, we got another hand up.
Go ahead, Violet.
I'm assuming we are talking about chiropractic offices, right?
You can be chiropractic, you could be functional, you could be integrated. Anybody can use this, right? If you have a solution, I'm not a chiropractor. I worked with a lot of chiropractors over the years, and I used to manage several offices. So one thing I know about, just from a very principled point of view, chiropractic adjustments and lack of subluxation is going to improve immune response generally. Now, there's a lot of things health-wise that we need to do. If somebody is, if you have a practice that is functional in nature, you're seeing a lot of diabetic people, a lot of people with autoimmune conditions. These are people that are very susceptible to viruses anyway. And I'm sure you have other services, approaches to solving those problems. And these are the types of solutions you should be providing to people. Whether you believe in the virus that's going around yet or not, there is no doubt that during cold and flu season, there is a higher susceptibility. Those people are at a higher level of risk just based on their immune strength. And you all know that. So if you're here today, or if you're watching this on the replay, again, it doesn't matter what type of clinic you have. If you can help people improve their immune strength, that's what you are meant to do with this campaign.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the questions.
Thanks, Violet. All right. So let's see here. So how do you get this? It's really cool. How do we launch this? How do we use this? Step 1, request the promotional Snapchat from support. So hop into your patient stream account, the chat, send us a message. Hey, can you guys upload the promotion snapshot onto my patient stream account or the vitamin D, we'll know what you're talking about. And we'll go ahead and get that uploaded into your account. And that will come with some automations. It will come with an opportunity pipeline, and will come with those messages that we just shared. Step 2, upload your contacts into Patient Stream. So if you haven't already done this, it's really simple to do. I'm not going to show you right now, but at the end, if anyone wants me to show you, I'll be happy to do that. Yes, Dr. Maria, I'll show you at the end. So go ahead and stick around, and I'll be happy to demonstrate how to do that. We also have videos on how to do that. And if you ever get stuck in any of this, send us a message in the chat and we'll help walk you through it.
I will say real quick, if you're watching this and you think we're out of compliance with HIPAA, notice that it's Michelle Pfeiffer and Bill Nye, the science guy. These are fake accounts, just so you know.
Donatello Turtle, don't forget that guy.
Jerry Seinfeld's on there, Candace Cameron. This is a very elite group of patients.
That's right. I only serve celebrities, so.
That's right.
And then step 3 is add them to the campaign. So this is just an easy way to do a bulk request. So once you've got your contacts in here, you'll just select the ones that you want to send it to, and you'll click this little robot. And the robot has access to all of your campaign messages that are in your Patient Stream account. And from there, you can select the vitamin D promotion campaign and then send it out. And that's it, you guys. It's really that simple. And if you at any point need help with any of those steps, send us a chat, or if you're like, what was step 2 again? Send us a chat and we will we'll help you out, no problem. Yeah. Oh yeah, Sam, were you gonna say something?
I was just gonna say, if you are using Patient Stream with our brand response marketing team, they can launch this campaign for you. So just reach out to Jen and her team and they'll do all of this for you.
Yep. All right. One thing to know, one thing that's good to know about this, other than what we've covered so far, is, and this is just kind of the inner workings of the machine so that you're aware of what to look for. The promotion pipeline will come with a pipeline. So you'll have your own promotions pipeline for this. And any promotions that we do in the future, it'll just all be in that one promotion pipeline. If somebody responds to the vitamin D promotion, then they'll get put in here under replied to promotion. We don't put everybody in here that you message. And if you've done a reactivation campaign, this is formatted the same way. And it's because don't want, if you have a list of 1,000 people, we don't want to put them all into your opportunity pipeline, because the pipeline is meant to help you manage people who are interested in seeing you. So what it does is the message sends out to everybody who you want it to go out to. Anyone who responds will automatically be put right here into replied to promotion under your promotions pipeline. And that's it. It looks like we do have a couple of questions. Oh, and Sam got it. I had patients surmise most of your class. Was it recorded? Yes, it was recorded. Any questions on this process, Dr. Maria? After questions, we'll go over how to upload contacts into Patient Stream, but any questions on any of that?
I think we're good. I think, that's what's great about Patient Stream. It's pretty straightforward. Pretty
simple. Yeah. If you're, if it's, we'll do a screen share. If it's hard, we're doing it wrong, right?
So
Heather, I was waving at a patient when I raised my hand.
Oh, it's like at an auction, like, oh, you got bid. Okay. Dr. Maria just bid 10,000.
Yes. Okay. Well, great. Are there any other questions about this? Who's excited to run this? All right, there we go. Jim is going to be running this. Actually, Jim is probably going to start with neuropathy and then do this right on the heels of it. So that'd be great. So fantastic. As the season comes in, we've got we've got Halloween, we've got, all these holidays. We're going to try and put in more of these reactivation campaigns. A reactivation campaign always works better when you have, again, a reason why you're doing it. Okay. You have to have some context. You can't just put yourself out there and say, hey, we want some business. That's not how this works. Okay. But if you can throw a reason why, hey, they should come into the practice and you know what it's all about, your response is going to be a lot better, a lot more authentic, a lot more congruent, meaning, again, you know, there's nothing more tacky than just like, you know, selling stuff to people who don't want to be sold. And that's not what we're doing, right? We're providing some type of value here. And so we will be over in the next, you know, holiday season here, all this kind of fun stuff in the winter. We'll be putting out more campaigns like this so you can use them to promote and get back in front of those old leads and past patients. But yeah, I think other than that, I think this has been fantastic. Thank you guys so much. And yeah, oh, Violet, you're like, go ahead. I think that's absolutely amazing. I love raising your hand. Go ahead.
Awesome. Did I hear you guys do this every week?
We don't do this every week. We like to do when, in fact, Heather deserves the credit here. She's like, hey, we haven't done any training on reactivation in a while. And it just so happened that, you know, I had this vitamin D thing sitting in my brain for a while. I'm like, let's do the vitamin D thing. So we definitely want to do more of these, but it needs to be not, it can't just think of stuff that is not contrived. You know, it needs to be, again, authentic enough. So we'll do as many of them as possible. If you have ideas, send them to us. All right, guys. Thanks so much. Listen to those fancy tunes. Those are great. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you coming.